Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Bad5. I was actually a little bit shocked at the response I got to my last video about MRAs. First off, I got a lot of fucking new subscribers from that. And to all the new subscribers out there, thank you very much. You know, I really do appreciate that. You know, I never thought I'd hit, you know, over 2,000, but, you know, last I looked like 2,027. I was like, wow, I can't fucking believe that. Can't believe anyone would want to fucking watch me, but apparently people do. Maybe it's because I'm animated. I don't know. I mean, that's just the way I fucking am. I'm not really playing a character here. But anyhow, I mean, I knew the MRAs were going to find the video. I knew it. I mean, because they've done it before. You know, the last I looked, I think I had like 12 or more thumbs down on my last video, which, you know, wasn't quite the number that my first one that I had MRA specifically in the title, which last I looked, that had like 77 thumbs down. And I always get a chuckle at that. I'm like, yeah, dickheads. But then again, it was some of the people who, you know, said they liked me and then, oh, I thought you were wrong on this, whatever. And then I like clarify my fucking point. It's like, did you even watch the entire video? Meh. I mean, like I said before, a lot of people even admitted they had not. And also, I want to give a shout out to a guy who probably doesn't even really need one, but I've been subscribed to him for a while. I believe it was Wildwood's Claire that gave him a shout out a while back, and I started watching his videos, like videos from his back catalog, and I was really impressed with him, and he's been throwing a lot of support my fucking way, and I think he's a great guy. I think he makes some really good videos. I think they're better than mine. His are well researched, and that is thetruepooka. I think he's, like I said, he's one of my favorite YouTube users right now. I have a lot of favorites, I will say that. I don't just have like one or two. There are a lot of people I really enjoy watching, and, you know, every time they have a new video, I'm really excited. But I noticed on his MRA videos, he got a lot of hate, of course. In fact, you know, some people were even attacking him, you know, for his Jewish heritage, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he's really Jewish by heritage. I think he was adopted. He can correct me on this, or someone else can. I think he's Irish, but I even read some comments like, yeah, you know, they basically didn't make any fucking, they weren't trying to hide their anti-Semitism. So anyway, if you guys have not subscribed to him, like, he did a really good video, and I'll put a link in the description if I remember, to GirlWritesWhat, and it was very thoroughly researched. It was very fucking great. I think thetruepooka makes some awesome videos, awesome points. You know, he's very thoughtful and he's very thought-provoking. But like I said, if you guys have not subscribed to him, please do so, because I really, I don't know, I think he's one of the better YouTubers around. But anyway, beyond that, I can tell by not only the lack of comments in one respect, but the comments I'm getting on my last video, that I'm getting to these fucking MRAs. I'm really fucking pissing them off. Because the thing is, I mean, I'm not saying like all of my arguments are like 100% perfect, but at least, you know, I'm thinking about shit. You know, I'm thinking about points. I'm bringing up my own, and I'm not really getting any, you know, comments. Like my first MRA video, do MRAs want to be victims, I basically stopped reading the comments, because I'm just like, yeah, that's what these assholes are going to do. They're just going to say how much of a fucking idiot I am. I'm a fucking mangina, all this bullshit, without bringing up any real arguments. I knew they'd fucking do that, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm not even going to read your fucking comment. Which, it's funny, because I think I mentioned this before, and I think it was my Pine Grove 33 videos, my, the one specific, like, the second and third, one of them, I got a comment on the first one from some user, and, you know, like, oh, you're a fucking idiot and all this, and I noticed a couple minutes later there were some comments on my second part to that, and I called the user out, like, you didn't even have fucking enough time to watch the entire fucking video before you made that comment. They didn't deny it. They didn't. And, you know, I was continuing to call them out, and what they say, well, read this article. And I said, no. They said, are you serious? Fuck yeah, I'm serious. You're not going to listen to my points. Why the fuck should I listen to you? You know, isn't that the way shit goes? You know, you bring up a point, I'll bring up a counter fucking point. That's how you have a discussion. But no. And then they're, oh, I'm not going to even talk to you anymore. Oh, you're breaking my fucking heart. Oh, no. You're not going to talk to me anymore? Oh, so you're not willing to listen to other people, but you want other people to listen to you. Oh, I see how it is. And that's how MRAs are. In fact, I'm going to say this. A lot of feminists are this way too. You know, I got into some shit, and I mentioned mentioned a couple circumstances, or at least one that I can remember, where that has happened to me with a feminist. Actually, no, I take that back. It wasn't with a feminist. It was, with a gay rights activist. But there was one scenario I can remember, and it was on the Pine Grove 33 thing, and this was like a new subscriber, and I said something like, to some of these the MRAs, I should say, you basically, like, wipe off your pussy, you know, you're acting like a bitch, and that was just meant to be more ironic. It's like, but that's, you know, you're just being, a misogynist on that. It's like, no, that's called a joke. But whatever, so feminists are just as guilty of this. However, I see it more with the MRAs. A lot more. But some of the comments, I mean, they're just so fucking pathetic. There's one user in particular, named the British MRA. I wonder what his fucking ideology is. You're not fucking being subtle at all, are you? But I read some of these comments from this dickhead, and it's just, I mean, you have to facepalm at so many of these fucking comments. In fact, I kind of got into it with him, and someone put, like, I hadn't responded for a while because, you know, I was working and shit, and just off doing my thing, and someone's like, I'm gonna go ahead and reply because I think Abaddon's knocked himself out by this time, you know, his fucking forehead is probably hurting from trying to talk with you, and that's true, because this fucking idiot, I'm not trying to say all MRAs are like him, but, you know, the thing is, he tries to say feminists are all the same way, or feminists do this and this and this, and this is going to come up. But, so, you know, why not? You know, why not just attack this fucking dickhead? He seems to be pretty prevalent in the comment section. There's someone else, and I forget the name, and I really didn't read much from them, except for a couple comments, which I might bring up. But, so the British MRA, first off, his main fucking argument, if you can call it that, because this is what they're reduced to, is, should it be illegal for a woman to lie about being on birth control and basically getting knocked up? Now, in all fairness, I say I really don't give a fuck. I mean, the thing is, if you're going to go out, and I brought this up, and I'll you know, bring up his little counterpoint. If you're going to go out and fuck random women, or, you know, just pick up women, whatever, have kind of casual sex, you should be safe. And he keeps saying, who said anything about fucking random women? Okay, well, if you know someone, you can kind of get to know their habits and see if they are taking birth control. You know, talk about it. Things like this. So what, they're just lying? This is going to come up later with another point of mine. Anyhow, you should be safe if you're going to be doing that. You know, wear a fucking condom, which I believe it was the British MRA talking about, like, well, condoms make sex less pleasurable. Okay. So fucking what? In all fairness, first time I got to ride bareback was fucking great. But I'm too fucking paranoid. It was with my now wife. She was on birth control for a while. You know, we were like pretty confident. It had kicked in. You know, the effects were fucking there. And it was fucking amazing. Yeah, it's fucking great. To go back to condoms would suck. However, what would suck more? Having an unwanted child or to not have as much fucking pleasure. But by the way, you know, if you want to talk about fucking pleasure, what if you have a son? Are you going to get him circumcised? Because apparently, if you get a kid circumcised, males I'm talking, especially females, which that generally does not happen here in the U.S. It does happen elsewhere, but, you know, beyond that, we're just going to talk about, you know, here in the fucking Western world, there's less sexual pleasure if you're, you know, circumcised. Apparently, the foreskin has a lot to do with sexual pleasure. So it's like, well, yeah, that has something to do with it too. Would you support that? But the thing is, again, wear a condom. If you're not fucking sure, just wear a condom. Yeah, it doesn't feel that fucking great, but guess what? It's not as good as fucking bareback. Yeah, that's a fact. It's still fucking good, right? Yeah. Just be fucking safe. But this prick, the British MRA, he kept harping on this fucking point of, should it be illegal? And he actually made, I wish I were making this up. You guys can, I'll put a fucking link to the comment section, and you can search for it. I'm not making this up. He made this argument. Why is it illegal to not tell someone you're HIV or AIDS positive. But it's not illegal to lie about being on birth control. Let that one set in for a second. It's illegal to not tell someone that you are not, that you are HIV or AIDS positive, but it's not illegal to lie about being on birth control. Really. And I called his ass out on this. Because the fact of the matter is this. HIV and AIDS are potentially life-threatening illnesses that we really don't have a cure for. You can kind of, keep it at bay. You can't completely cure it as of yet. Maybe one day we'll have a fucking cure. Just a complete, you just take a pill, you get a fucking injection, whatever, you're cured. As of yet, not happening. But you're going to compare that to getting someone pregnant? Ugh. This just shows you how fucking desperate they are. This is the argument you're going to bring up. And I know why he's bringing this up. Because these assholes, they have nothing. They really have nothing. So what do they try to do instead? They try to invoke some kind of emotional response from people. Like, yeah, that is fucked up. I shouldn't be held responsible. No, you should. I'm sorry. Especially if you get a girl pregnant, and she decides to have the kid, now there's a third fucking human being involved in that. But I'm going to touch on that a few. I will bring that back up because that does play a pretty big fucking role in this. But one thing is, he's trying to bring this shit up like, oh yeah, well, they can lie about birth control. Now, a big thing he has said many fucking times, is he's read articles. And before I get on to the main fucking argument, he's read articles that say that some feminists have lied about being on birth control. And they lied to a man and they got pregnant. They lied about it so they can get pregnant. Okay, first off, I asked him for citations on this shit. What does he do? He links me to fucking YouTube articles. He could have said something like, if you had real articles, because I said to him, like, link me to real shit. Not videos. Not fucking MRA site shit. Link me to some real articles. He couldn't do it. He could have said, I'll send you a PM with a link. I would have been cool with that, and I would have read it. But he said, feminists, they lied about this. I asked him for a citation. None was given. So basically, that's just hearsay. I read this article. Okay, well, I can't take your fucking word for that. But who's to say it's a fucking feminist? Oh, yeah, okay, that's prejudicial. Oh, but then when I say, certain MRAs believe this and this and this, I'm an asshole because not all MRAs believe this. Oh, but it's a feminist. You just assume that it's a feminist? But the question is, what the fuck is their end game here? I lied to a man about being on birth control. I got pregnant. Okay, so I have to go through the fucking morning sickness and my body going through fucking permanent changes and the actual childbirth and having a kid for the rest of my fucking life unless I give it up for adoption or abort something. No, I'm going to do this just to fuck this one random guy over in the name of feminism. What the fuck? You really believe that shit? You really believe that? You need to go outside of the fucking MRA sites. It's just like the fucking creationists who do nothing but read shit from Conservapedia. Or there's another creationist site and I'm forgetting the name right now. I'll leave it as an annotation if I remember to put it. But it's like these people who, they're creationists, and instead of reading the facts about all of this, all they do is read what confirms what they already believed. They don't challenge their own fucking perception of what things are. No. This is what it is. Women are fucking men over. Jesus fucking Christ. But one thing I was going to bring up is this. He's talking about, how women... He constantly brought this shit up. He acted like this was the argument that was going to just absolutely fucking pwn my ass. And it's not. That's... should that be illegal for a woman to lie about being on birth control? And I said, no, I don't give a fuck. To me, it would be like if they said there's going to be more cops on patrol looking for drunk drivers. Well, it has nothing to do with me because I don't drive drunk. But the thing is, again, wear a fucking condom. If you're not sure, and if you're going to be out there fucking, wear a condom. And if you're still not sure, you can say, I'm still not sure. You know, birth control is not 100% fucking effective. It's pretty goddamn effective, just like condoms. But when used in tandem, you got some pretty good chances that she's not going to get pregnant. But the thing is, there are men that do that too, that basically lie. There was an episode of Law and Order, sorry, SVU, that had John Stamos. He was playing a reproductive abuser. And what he was doing, he was poking holes in the condoms he was using. He was fucking many women, like, in the show. And by the way, I know this is a huge exaggeration. I guarantee you there are not many men out there like this. He said he had like 52 fucking children because he would poke holes in the condoms and get girls pregnant. Intentionally. And that is something that does exist. There are men who go out and they find women, they replace their fucking birth control pills with sugar pills, which how the woman doesn't know how that fucking looks is beyond me, but apparently it happens. So it does happen with men. Okay, so should it just be illegal in the first fucking place? You know, because that's the thing. Should it be illegal for women to lie? Because that's what it is. Shouldn't it be illegal for women to do this? Okay, well, what about men? Why don't we just say it should just be illegal in the first... If you're going to make this argument, make it illegal. And if this is such a big fucking topic, and I even brought this up, which, of course, no reply to this, contact your local fucking representatives. Say, I think this is a big fucking deal. I think there should be some laws against this. Because some people could potentially be hurt. Of course, it was British MRA, of course, you know, and I don't know exactly how their fucking governmental system works. But they do have representatives, you know, to the best of my knowledge. But if you're here in America, contact your fucking local representatives. Senators, you're not going to really get a response. There's only 2 per state, so a lot more people to fucking deal with. But contact your local fucking representative and say, maybe you should do something about this. Maybe you should introduce a bill about this. No, of course, they're not going to. They're not. Because, well, they'd much rather just bitch and whine on the internet. That's easier. But the one thing about, you know, the abortion thing, because this was brought up, this wasn't the British MRA, if I'm not mistaken. I brought up in my last video, you know, about the abortion thing. That's the only thing I can really say that MRAs may have some kind of argument with. In this other user, I forget the fucking name. Maybe I'll, you know, put a fucking annotation or something. I don't know. So you can search for these comments. Was like, well, you know, what if I get a girl pregnant? You know, I don't want her to have an abortion. And I even talked about this. Like, well, I'm sorry, but it's a woman's fucking body. You know, there are certain fucking circumstances. Like, no, okay, abortion is basically a surgery. And the fact is, let me ask, do you guys know the primary function of fucking? What is it? It's to reproduce. So if you fuck a girl, she gets pregnant, I'm sorry. If she decides to keep it, you've got some new fucking responsibilities. And that's one thing that fucking just throws me off about MRAs, because I've said this before. Most MRAs are right-wingers. I've met very few. Actually, I shouldn't say met, because I haven't met any in real fucking life. I've seen them on the internet. Very few of them are left-wing. So, one of the biggest things about being a right-winger is this whole personal responsibility thing. So, okay, well, you got a girl pregnant. Okay, where's your fucking personal responsibility there? Oh, you shouldn't have to because you think she should have an abortion? Too fucking bad. Now, one point brought up against that was the whole, well, what if I want the kid and she doesn't? Well, again, it's her fucking body. She has to go through all of this shit. And, you know, since, you know, all this shit's brought, well, we're not just talking about random women. Okay, we'll just say for me, we'll just put myself in this hypothetical situation. I decide, and I'm married, I decide I don't want to have kids, but my wife does. Should I have to have her permission to get a vasectomy? Should my reproductive rights have to go through her? Just throwing it out there, because that's what they're fucking playing. Well, you know, maybe I should have some say. No, you shouldn't. I'm sorry. Because it's her fucking body. Just like it's my fucking body. If I want to get my fucking shit clipped so I can't have kids, well, that's not up to her. And the thing is, why don't you just try to have a fucking relationship. I'm not saying that random sex is completely fucking bad. If you do it responsibly, who gives a fuck? But if you're gonna go out there and bitch and cry about the consequences that may occur, well then I'm sorry, that's you. You fucked up. Period. Jesus fucking Christ. Is this shit that fucking hard? No, it's not. But they want to make it, some issue because they're men and we're being oppressed. No, you're not. You're not. Okay, I'm sorry. And the British MRA, he kept harping on that fucking point about how, should it be illegal to, lie about birth control? And, the thing is, he couldn't come up with very many examples. Give me some fucking statistics on this. Does it happen all that often? No, it doesn't. Obviously. Because if it did, it would be a pretty big fucking issue. Now, one thing he did link me to was a video. And I meant to bring this up earlier, but fuck it, I'm talking about it now. He was talking about how some doctor tried to create a birth control for men. And apparently it was a Brazilian doctor. And supposedly it was kept off the market for unknown reasons. Because, by the way, this video was mirrored on an MRA channel. Oh yeah, there's no fucking bias there, is there? But it was kept off the market for, unknown reasons, but supposedly this guy was threatened by feminists. And again, you just have to ask, what the fuck is the endgame? They hear this shit, they don't question it. Why wouldn't you question it? That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Why would feminists be threatening him? Oh, it makes sense in their fucking world, because there are a lot of feminists out there who will lie about being on birth control. And why couldn't the guy just lie? Say, I'm not on that pill that, makes it so I can't have kids. It's pretty fucking discreet. It's the same fucking thing. So, see, this is the kind of shit you're like, you're using a double standard here. And again, where the fuck is the end game here? That's the thing I don't get. Feminists are threatening him? Really? You're out of your fucking mind. In the British MRA, he's, another thing, he kept asking about that stupid fucking thing about, should it be illegal for women to lie about being on birth control? And again, I don't fucking care. I'm not making the fucking laws. And it's just YouTube. Yeah, it is. So why are you just sitting here for hours on end, arguing with people, asking the same fucking thing over and over and over again? And I even answered him. He said, you haven't answered me. Yes, I did. I don't give a fuck. I don't, because the thing is, if I'm going to be going out there fucking, I'm going to be using a condom. But I'm not. I don't have anything to worry about. If my wife gets pregnant, well, she's fucking pregnant. We're having a kid. That's all there is to it. And I said that. And that's it. That's all they've got. That's all they've got. Because I've covered the fucking points. I've covered it. They're done. They've got nothing. They have their fucking bigotry. It's the same with people like, Crazy 316, if you guys remember him. He's against the gay lifestyle. People have pwned him from fucking, years ago all the way up to now on his fucking arguments. They've brought up so many fucking points against his. It doesn't matter. He still fucking believes this shit. He still thinks homosexuality is wrong. He doesn't think, he's not disgusted by gays. He hates the lifestyle. No, in other words, you hate gay people. You don't want them to be able to live how they fucking want. Whether they have one fucking partner for years and years and years and years and years, or they have multiple partners, which, by the way, it's kind of funny that none of these fuckers, Crazy 316, people like this, they're not really bitching about straight people doing that. But gays, that's nasty. But that's all it is. It's their fucking bigotry. They try to mask it in something, other than bigotry. And when people bring these arguments to the fucking ground and say, here's what you fucking believe. No, they just, I don't know what you mean. No, you know what the fuck I mean. You've already made that justification in your head. You're a fucking bigot. You've pretty much decided that all women are feminists. They all believe the same shit. And because some feminists are cunts, they must all be cunts. Even though there are plenty who just preach equal rights. I brought up Sick Mouth. She's a feminist. She just wants equal rights. And because, you know, women still have, you know, some work to do to try to catch up, yeah, then she calls herself a feminist. Okay. Which, by the way, that other user I mentioned, I forgot his name. You try to say, oh, the glass suit, that's not real. Yes, it is. You're out of your fucking mind, okay? I'm sorry to tell you that shit. But let me close with this. The abortion thing, because some MRAs are against it, some aren't. You know, the fact is, a lot of times, and this happened more so back in the day when they couldn't really track you, men could just leave. Say, that's not my kid. Even today, they can still do that. They can say, that's not my kid. And they could just kind of disappear, not have to pay for shit, whether it's their kid or not. Because one thing the British MRA asked was, you know, should someone have to pay for a kid that's not theirs? Well, first off, it's up to the judge. That's all there is to it. You know, the judge makes that determination, and if you don't like it, you can appeal that. But here's a good example. My uncle, he married a woman years ago. We told him not to because she was a fucking insane bitch, and I'm not just saying that because she was a woman. She literally was fucking insane. When he got into a relationship with her, she already had a kid. And they were together for a few years, and they eventually got divorced. I mean, we told him, she's fucking insane. And she was. I mean, just in almost every sense of the fucking word. She wasn't taking her medications. She was fucked up. You know, like, she's all super fucking Christian. She actually believes that a friend of hers cursed Satan. And that night, Satan came to his house and ripped his fucking roof off. I'm not making this shit up, by the way. She's that fucking crazy. In fact, she owes me $50. Because back in 1998, she said, I guarantee you that the end of the world will come within 5 years. I'll put money on it. I'm like, I'll bet you $50. Obviously, the end of the world has not happened. So, she owes me $50. But, that kid that she had, you know, coming into the relationship, my uncle helped raise her. So, to this day, he says, she's my daughter. Yeah, she may not be mine, you know, biologically, but I raised her, and I still do, and I still help her out. That's my kid. Even though he already has one that actually is his kid. No, he has 2 kids. Okay, well, what's wrong with that? I mean, why do you think that some guys do that? They basically adopt kids coming into a fucking relationship. You know why? Because they give a shit. Because they fucking care. Because, like, you know, again, it's like, this isn't my kid biologically, but I raised them. I still consider them my kid. You know, that's why some couples who can't fucking have children feel fine with adoption. Hey, we didn't have this kid ourselves, but we still care. Now, the thing is, I brought up against the British MRA. They just want control. They do. Because why is it that it's always like, well, what if I didn't want this? Again, the primary function of fucking is to have children. You take the fucking risks that come with it. There you go. Now, one thing brought up against that was, well, you know, isn't a woman doing the same thing? Because, you know, someone brought up, one of my subscribers brought up, well, guys can get vasectomies, so they can use condoms. And the other user, well, you know, women have like 13 different contraceptives. And so it's like, well, take some responsibility. If you're a man, you get a girl pregnant, take some fucking responsibility. Well, isn't that the abortion thing? No. Abortion is a form of birth control. It is. You know, and I'm sorry, but the thing is, some people, they abstain from birth control. I know a lot of Catholics, they don't believe in that shit. A few other people, they don't. And I can respect them for that, I guess. I mean, that's their personal fucking beliefs. But the thing is, a lot of times, if you're not trying to get a girl pregnant, you know, a lot of these people, they're not fucking. Because they don't believe in that shit. You know, a lot of Catholics, like, well, I don't want to get a girl pregnant. I also think, you know, you should be married before you fucking, which I'm not saying that. I don't care, but the thing is, again, you're gonna fucking engage in this act, accept the fucking consequences. To me, it's like drinking. You drive to a fucking bar. You drink, you get maybe a little bit drunk. We'll just say you're buzzed, or you get drunk. And you drive home, and you damage some property, or, you know, at worst, you know, you kill someone else. Because killing yourself, well, it's like, well, you killed yourself, like, that was your fuck up, but you kill someone else. Accept your fucking mistake. You fucked up. Okay, now you pay for it. That's it. There you go. And the thing is, one thing about that is, all British MRA, well, why are we just talking about, why do you think I'm just talking about random women? Okay, well, if you're with a girl, a girlfriend, then shouldn't you be with her and accept her fucking decision on birth? If she says, I don't believe in abortion, I don't think it's right, I think it's murder, whatever her rationale is, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay, if she doesn't believe that, and you think if she gets pregnant, I want her to get an abortion, don't be with her. There you go. Problem fucking solved. Or again, use a fucking condom. Why does this keep coming up? You know why it keeps coming up? Because it's an easy way to solve a lot of fucking situations. But MRAs, they don't want to hear that. At least fuckers like these. So the fact is, you're fucking pathetic. You're completely fucking pathetic. You want to be able to have your fucking cake and eat it too. I'm sorry. Sometimes shit happens. Man the fuck up. And own up to your fucking responsibilities. Instead of just acting like a little whiny bitch who wants to bring up situations that some other men may have been in. And, well, I don't want to be in that situation. Okay, then don't put yourself in that fucking situation. Plain and fucking simple. You don't want to fucking face these responsibilities? Then don't fuck up. There you go. And I know some of them are going to say, well, it's the same with the women too. I agree. However, I don't have a lot of fucking feminists bitching on my fucking videos. And it's not like I'm making pro-feminism or anti-feminism videos. I just happen to fucking come across these MRAs, and they're like the Ron Paul supporters where you mention one fucking thing about them, or you put them in the fucking tag or the description, they fucking find your video, and they flood it. You know why? Because they're fucking insecure. Because they want everyone to believe the same fucking way they do. It is fucking pathetic. They must lead a miserable fucking existence to really believe this shit. And to actually spout it. Well, guess what? I'm not fucking miserable. I didn't put myself in stupid fucking situations. There are plenty of girls in high school that want to fuck me. But the thing is, a lot of them look like they were petri dishes for every fucking STD known to man. I'm not going to risk my fucking dick or my life for that. Just to fucking get laid. No. Now I'm with a woman who, she's clean, I'm clean, we're not fucking around on each other, we don't have an open relationship, and yeah, she's on birth control. If we decide one day we're going to have kids, okay, which we've been talking about it lately, then, okay, we're going to have fucking kids. We'll have sex without birth control, without condoms. If she gets pregnant, boom, cool, there you go. But until then, she's on fucking birth control. Problem fucking solved. It's just, are you MRAs that fucking pathetic? Are you really that goddamn pathetic? That you cannot nip something in the bud. It's all about your fucking dick. Because there's always been that joke. Men can't think with, both brains with both heads, I should say, at the same time. Blood can either power one or the other. Okay, well, you're that fucking concerned with your fucking carnal desires that you decide, I'm not going to use my fucking brain and think things through. No, I'm just going to do it. Why not? Yeah, fuck it. Let's go for it. Well then, guess what? You fucked up. You've got responsibilities. Get the fuck over it. You pathetic fucking morons.